Groundbreaking news for representation. Disney announces world's longest Prince Charming. And all these fucking long cunts will be like, finally, a prince we can relate to. And all these other people are like, no, Prince Charming is supposed to be 6'1", not 6'8". This is height appropriation. You see all that shit? How fucking cunts are angry about having a black Ariel, the black My Little Mermaid. Bro, if you give a fuck about what color the Littlest Mermaid is, your life sucks. Watch the cartoon. Oh, no, it needs to be exactly the same as the fucking cartoon. Well, then watch the cartoon if that's what you want. Bro, you gotta understand that we are living in an era of fucking movie remakes. It's like the dark ages of original movies. I'm talking like stuff that actually gets a budget. Of course, there's heaps of indie movies and shit, but if you're talking like shit that companies will actually put money into, it's only remakes. Toy Story 4, you know they've already scripted and planned out up to Toy Story fucking 8. They're making a Lion King, remaking it, calling it live action, even though it's computer generated. That's not live action, that's animated, bro. That's animated, not live action. Dumb cunts. And now people are fucking angry because, oh, they made the fucking mermaid bitch black. Dude, we made Jesus white. Like, if you want to talk about that, let's talk about that. We turned Jesus, a dude who lived in the fucking desert in the Middle East, we turned him white. Let them have Ariel. That's a fair trade. I think we come off first in that fucking transaction. We made Jesus. We took a guy that lived for his whole family, lived for generations in the fucking desert. And we're like, oh yeah, but he was white and had blue eyes. Like everyone else was, you know, those yucky brown people. But Jesus, he was white. Bro, let him have the fucking Little Mermaid. Who cares? The mermaid's the wrong color. It's like, yeah, dude, she's also not half fish. What do you want? I don't know. You know what the real issue should be is why the fuck are they making a Little Mermaid at all? It's been done. I don't know. I'm just sick of like remakes and shit and sequels from like old franchises. Like, I'm really angry that every single person in my life has told me that Toy Story 4 was incredible because I really, really wanted it to be bad just so they would stop doing these things. But now every single person in my life and everyone online has told me that it's the best Toy Story ever, and it shits me because that just means there's going to be a Monster Inc., there's going to be an Incredibles, there's going to be this and that, up to fucking, like, we're actually going to get to 10s. I mean, Marvel's already done that shit. But I think Marvel is a little bit different because they're like building a cinematic universe. They're almost doing a fucking TV series. I feel like that's a little bit different because they're like world building, and comic books, the format of comic books has always been that of like multiple individual character storylines and then every couple of years a big crossover event. So that's like fucking really organic, and I feel like that works and makes sense. But it's like all of these fucking movies that were never really supposed to have sequels, they're making them. Like when they came up with Toy Story, do you reckon they really planned to do fucking 4 of them? Nah, no they didn't. They were like, oh, let's give this a go. Now they got to shoehorn it in. But even the sequels is like, I don't mind the sequels. I feel like the remakes is what annoys me. Especially when they remake shit that doesn't really need a remake. So I understand remaking an old live action movie, right? Like Judge Dredd, yeah? Like a sci-fi thing. They're like, oh, the Judge Dredd was really good. Or Terminator is another good example, right? Judge Dredd, Terminator, like those were fucking awesome movies. But imagine if we made them today with all of the special effects and all the sci-fi shit we can now do. That makes sense, right? I get that. Or remaking a really old movie, like something that was made in the fucking 40s, has an incredible storyline, but I don't know, maybe it was in black and white or whatever the fuck. Let's do it again with all the modern technology. I get that. But remaking like an animated movie like My Little Mermaid or The Lion King, like, they just don't need remakes. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're just... And it's so weird that if they are or Aladdin is another example. They're remaking them, but they're not changing a single thing. They're just doing the script again to make more money without having to spend money on script writers and this and that and IP and copyright and going through all of that kind of bullshit. That's the only reason they're doing it, is because all of the startup costs are eliminated because they own everything and the writers are all paid. They just got to do it again in a different format. I feel like that's just a little bit soulless, I guess, in what is supposed to be an art form, but like everything gets ruined by corporate money. Oh, boo! People are making money out of movies. Oh, movies are supposed to be an integral, heartwarming performance and an experience for people, and it's an art form. Where's the integrity? Beep, 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 beep. That's what I sound like right now. But you know what? Can't help but feel it. I feel like we're in a dark age of original movies.